Hello and welcome everybody to another Powered Cube Draft video. I'm paulcheon and today we are sitting at rank number 147. Our Lurus experiment from the other day did not go so well, so we dropped a little bit in ranks, but you know what? We will be able to right that wrong in this draft. Now before we hop in, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you wanted to buy some booster boxes of Strixhaven or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you're in the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that utilize their special magnetic technology so that all their products snap conveniently into place, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. Alrighty, power? We did not open power. Okay, what do we have? We got, wow, this is a very green-heavy pack. There's a Bird of Paradise, a Delighted Halfling, Sentinel of the Nameless City, Endurance, and Elder Gargaroth. So if you wanted to do the green thing, you certainly could here with a bird and all that stuff. Toxic Deluge is fine, and then there's also Brain Freeze if that's what you are interested in doing. Now, they did take away some of the Storm cards. Like, I think they took out Yawgmoth's Will. So Brain Freeze only is like really at its best if you're pairing it with Underworld Breach, which, you know, obviously can be fine, but I just don't feel like storming today, so I don't think I'm going to take the Brain Freeze here. So for me, I think the most flexible card that can go in any deck, admittedly, it's not, the card is not insane, is something like a Library of Alexandria, because this is just a flexible card that can make any deck. And then if I start with this, then I can make sure I can draft a low curve deck to fully maximize on this. So let's start things off with a Library and move on. Well, had we taken a Brain Freeze, we could have taken Dark Ritual, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what to take out of this pack. Retrofitter Foundry is like only really good if you have lots and lots of mana, but I mean, I can certainly consider it here. There's some random aggressive cards here. There's a Mishra's Bauble as well, which can be fine with something like a Library just because it's a cheap thing to play. All right, let's start with the Retrofitter, and you know, if the artifact deck somehow ends up being available, then we can move into it, but then we can move out of it if necessary. Pack 1, pick 3, there's a Force of Negation, Galvanic Discharge, and Snuff Out. I am lower on Snuff Out. I just feel like they added a whole bunch of black creatures in this cube, and so I think this card is just less good than it used to be. Now, Galvanic Discharge is just a really good, efficient removal spell that does work well with Library of Alexandria. I can also take Malevolent Rumble, which is an individually powerful card, but it does kind of put us into green, which is not necessarily great. Or I can just take something like a Force and then just try to be a blue deck. And we haven't drafted a blue deck in a while, so why don't I go with the Force? You know, we do a lot of aggro stuff in this channel, and so, you know, maybe we can take a Force. I mean, Force of Negation helps with Library too, right? You draw a bunch of cards and then you can actually afford to throw away cards. So pack 1, pick 4, we have Counterspell and Memory Lapse, so gonna consider one of those. There's Bombardment, Grist as well. I don't actually know which one I like more. I actually think I like Memory Lapse more. So the reason being is mostly because it's easier to cast. I think Counterspell is also very, very good. But by playing Memory Lapse, it's just a lot more flexible, and I can just draft a lot more colors. So for that reason, I will take this over the Counterspell. I actually think Memory Lapse and possibly even Mana Leak are both better than Counterspell on average. Now, if you're like super blue heavy, obviously it gets better, and then Mana Drain is of course better than all the other cards. All right, Sylvan Safekeeper is an interesting card to potentially speculate on, just because, you know, we have been seeing a bunch of the green stuff, and you know, if we do end up with like some kind of Titania nonsense, we could do something there, although I haven't drafted blue-green all that often. There's also Watery Grave, which is just a really, really nice land, especially in a Library deck. If I do end up in a Dimir or Grixis deck, you're going to want good mana fixing. So I think I'm going to take the Watery Grave over some of these green cards, even though I haven't really seen a ton of black cards. All right, pack 1, pick 6. What do we have? Natural Order. So that's an interesting one. This is a really, really powerful card. Of course, it kind of means that I should kind of move down and move into like some kind of green stuff, but we have been seeing a fair number of green cards. The other option would be something like a Treasure Cruise. I mean, green does feel open. All right, screw it. I'm going to take Natural Order. I'm going to take Natural Order and then see if we can find some cards to Natural Order out. All right, there's a Vaultborn Tyrant, which is not necessarily the best thing to natural order out, but it's a fine top-end card. Flittering Nuisance, not so much in like a blue-green deck. Late Adeline. There's a Crabomination, and there's also Earthbender Ascension. You know, I actually think I'm going to take Earthbender Ascension. Honestly, natural ordering this out is just like not even that impressive. And I think I would rather have the ramp and look for other good creatures, green creatures to ramp out. Yeah, all right. Strip Mine for sure. There is an Elvish Mystic. So Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic in the pack, but there are some number of ways to recur Strip Mine, and I think that's really powerful and fun. So I'm going to take that over the Elvish Mystic. Now remember, there was that pack with 2 green mana creatures. Hopefully one of them tables. Okay, neither of them tabled. That is a really bad sign. That is a very, very bad sign. Because that means 2 people took green cards, and you don't want to be in a spot where you're fighting other people for green cards. So here we have Sentinel of the Nameless City, which is just like a fine green creature to play. Or I can just take something like a Tragic Trajectory for interaction. Okay, I guess I'll take Sentinel. Just a fine body, puts pressure. But can't say that I necessarily love what's happening here. I needed to table some of those green cards. All right, here we have a Mishra's Bauble, a Shifting Woodland, and some of these other cards. I wonder if I should just try out Shifting Woodland. All right. There was also Malevolent Rumble, so maybe we can do some Delirium green stuff. We'll see. No, Malevolent Rumble was also taken. This is the worst. All right, there's Foreboding Landscape and Overgrown Tomb. I wonder if I should lean into like the landfall stuff with Foreboding Landscape, or if I just take... I mean, Overgrown Tomb is just so much better. Let's just go ahead and take that. Here we'll take Grist over Night's Whisper, and maybe we can end up with some kind of Sultai mid-range deck. Granted, certainly it is being contested here, so it's not necessarily the best spot here to be what we're trying to do here. I don't think this card is playable. Tireless Provisioner, get out of here. All right. Well, look, I mean, we still have playable cards. It's just, you know, we were hoping for bigger and better things and to table a bunch of stuff, and we didn't. Pack 2, pick 1 gives us Flooded Strand, which gives us the ability to get a Watery Grave. Maybe we can use this to get better lands later. And having some number of fetch lands is quite strong if I'm looking to play a green deck. So let's take the Flooded Strand here. Don't think we're missing out on too much. There's a Legend of Kuruk, I guess, which can be interesting, but... All right, Pack 2, pick 2. What do we have? There is an Archon of Cruelty, but I can't natural order it out. There's a Verdant Catacombs, but I'm going to take Nadu. That at least gives us some direction, noting that the Sylvan Safekeeper didn't table. So we are definitely fighting one other person at least for green stuff, but you know what? We'll make it work. We'll make it work somehow, some way. Like Malevolent Rumble, Sylvan Safekeeper, Birds of Paradise. Man, I would have loved all of those cards. But all right, let's see if we can pick up... you know, this works with, of course, Earthbender Ascension a little bit. But Lightning Greaves would be a great pickup. And then, of course, Lava Spur Boots would be nice as well. Bristly Bill also would be totally fine. Springheart Nantuko, etc., etc. Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp would be good too. All right, Pack 2, pick 3. What does this give us? There is a Wasteland, but there's a Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool is really, really nice. I think I kind of have to take it, although, man, there's a Pyrogoyf in this pack, a Kaito, and Deep Cavern Bat stuck up here as well. But the reason why I really, really want to take Breeding Pool is because I have this Flooded Strand, and it allows the Flooding Strand to get blue and green mana. But, man, Stock Up is really, really good and helps me find whatever I need. And my mana's okay already. You know what? I'm going to take Stock Up. I have like no card draw. Let's take the Stock Up here, because if I'm trying to do some Nadu shenanigans, I do think it's important to play something like a Stock Up to help us find the pieces that we might be looking for here. Pack 2, pick 4. There's a Generous Ent, an Isika's Chariot, and a Ketria Triome. Ketria Triome is a blue-green land that I can search off a Flooded Strand, but a card that I actually just really like in general is Isika's Chariot. I just think this card is just a really solid, proactive creature that you can play in these decks, and I'm going to be very, very happy to pick this up because you can just beat people down with this card. Pack 2, pick 5. There's the Breach to go with the Brain Freeze. I'm shocked I'm seeing this Pack 2, pick 5 the other direction. So, I mean, the Brain Freeze didn't wheel, so whoever had the Brain Freeze should have taken this, but they didn't. Here we have Trop versus Scalding Tarn. I will take the Trop. Scalding Tarn is nice. There's also Gaia's Cradle, but I care less about that. But being able to get the blue-green land off the Flooded Strand, better than the Breeding Pool. Very, very happy to pick that up. So now we have basically perfect Sultai mana. Pack 2, pick 6. There's a Sin, Spear as Punishment, and a Lorien Revealed. All right, hear me out here. As much as I want to take Lorien Revealed, I'm going to take the Sin. I'm already looking to do Sultai stuff, and I want to get this Natural Order in here. So let's take the Sin for fun. Look, I really, really like... Lorien Revealed. I mean, it's another blue-green land, but I want to be able to turn on this Natural Order. I really want to take the Remand here, but I'm going to take the Lightning Greaves because I want to have fun with Nadu. Like, Remand is amazing, but let's take Lightning Greaves. Let's give ourselves the option of having something busted here. All right, now we have Springheart Nantuko. And that's the full combo, right? So if you have Lightning Greaves with Springheart Nantuko in play, you get to just like move this for free, put lands into play. When you put the lands into play, you get 1/1s in play, etc., etc. So we're going to go with this here. Mystic Confluence is a stronger card. Wistfulness is a totally solid card. I actually would take all 4 cards out of this pack, but Springheart Nantuko. Also, we need a 2-drop. I think it's just a fantastic pickup for what this deck is trying to do. Here we have Legend of Kuruk, Wastewood Verge, and Fairy Mastermind. Not really a Fairy Mastermind deck. I'm going to take Legend of Kuruk. I actually need playable cards, and we don't... Our black fixing is already pretty decent. The important thing here is that the Legend of Kuruk actually just helps us find some of the pieces of the combo that we need, so let's go ahead and take that. Here we can take Glissa on the Splash or Vibrance. What do I think about Vibrance as just a way to get lands? I'm just going to take Glissa. Glissa is a really, really good land if you can find a way to fit it into your deck. Given that I have Library and Strip Mine, I don't think my mana can afford a Wasteland. Let's take the Undercity Sewers. Being able to get at least 1 Surveil land off of the Flooded Strand here is nice. This pack has literally nothing for us. Would like one more like large green creature. You want 2 things to Natural Order out if possible, and obviously some cheap fodder would be nice here as well. All right, Lotus Cobra is really, really interesting here. Just as a cheap green creature to help me ramp. Sacrifice to the Natural Order. Like, all that seems good. Mana Confluence is okay, but this deck doesn't really want to take a bunch of damage. There's also Hedge Maze, but I think there's a good chance this tables. And there's also Shieldred, but black is... I don't want to put a double black card. I want to be base blue-green, and there's a chance I don't even play some of these black cards, like the Preacher. So I think I would rather play the Lotus Cobra here. So let's go ahead and take this just to be able to curve out. Like, our curve doesn't look great, and I think this is a nice addition for what this deck might be trying to do. All right, pack 3, pick 2. That is a Mana Vault. Is this a good Mana Vault deck? Mana Vault is a powerful card, but I don't know that it is, just because... Like, I have this Sin, but that's it. I am lower on Mana Vault than I used to be. I don't think I'm going to take Mana Vault here. Not really a good Oculus stack. Malcolm is okay. I think I might just Jace the Mind Sculptor. Just another way to help me find the combo pieces. I do have a couple of ways to shuffle my library, or at least one way to shuffle. No, I have a couple. Yeah, let's take Jace over Mana Vault. We have room in the 4-mana slot here. Oh, Misty Rainforest. Oh, we can't pass that one up. So Corey Steelcutter and NT Storm Chaser's Talent. Bristly Bill is fine. And Sylvan Caryatid is also obviously very, very good. All these cards are nice, but Misty Rainforest is literally just blue, green, and black mana. It's amazing. All right, so there's a Titania, but I'm very, very sad because we only have like we have 2 fetch lands and a Strip Mine, but I don't have the Sylvan Safekeeper. So given that, I don't think I should take the Titania. I think I should just take Ignoble Hierarch. It's just a really, really good mana creature, and I am definitely in the market for something like this. But one more big green creature would be nice. All right, Dig Through Time, not really good Dig Through Time. Wow, a pick 5 Felia. That's kind of nuts. There's a Soul Guy Lantern. There's a Taiga. Does Taiga do anything? I guess if I get like a really late Minskin Boo. Not really a Might Form Harmonizer deck. There's a Pillage the Bog. I'm going to take Pillage the Bog. I've actually been very impressed with this card. And I think we're full on Sultai. So like I can just play the Pillage the Bog here and just help me find, you know, the Greaves or the Nadu or whatever. I mean, I guess I can natural order out Nadu if I really need. There's a Chatterfang, but... Oh, and a balance. Not a good balance deck at all. But I think I'm going to take Woodfall Primus here. I now have 2 targets for the natural order. This is not like the most exciting thing to fetch, but it's a thing. So I'm going to play it, I think. Here we can choose between 6 and Wooded Foothills. I'm going to take Wooded Foothills. I mean, look. I have an Overgrown Tomb in Tropical Island. It's another tri-land, so. 19 cards here. And now our mana is so great, we can just play all of these cards, all the black cards. The single-pipped black cards are all basically free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 black sources for my lands without even putting a swamp in my deck. And I have an Ignoble Hierarch and a Lotus Cobra, so that's obviously looking very, very nice. There is a Renin 6. Should I splash this? Play a Mountain? I mean, I do have Strip Mine and a bunch of fetch lands. Like, there's a Mox Diamond and Dotha Triumph, Eternal Witness. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's have some fun. Look, it's always nice to at least have an accidental way. It's always nice to have an accidental way to be able to just strip mine your opponent into oblivion. So I think that's pretty nice. So now I think my mana is good. Do I take Hedge Maze or do I take Terra Sunder? I have no removal. I'm going to take Terra Sunder as a necessary evil for this deck. This is 22 cards. There's Loot and Savai Triome. I think I take Savai Triome because now this is a fetchable red land that taps for black. I can fetch for it with Flooded Strand and Wooded Foothills, meaning that I probably don't need to play the Mountain. Oh, I also have a Jetmir's Garden. So I do have a lot of tap lands here. Storm Chaser's Talent versus Caryatid. We'll take the Caryatid here. Nissa. I don't mind Nissa. Do I want Nissa or Restless Cottage? I have a lot of tap lands, though. I'll take Nissa. Also, by the way, I just needed like a playable card, so. Take the Nissa there. Take Talisman here, and all right. I mean, I don't know. I'm never smart enough to figure out things to do with Displacer Kitten, so I don't think I'm gonna play it. But let's see what where we're at here. Let's take a look. Our fetch lands are right here. We have a couple of these triomes, and I guess I'm gonna also just put together like I'm gonna put the fetch lands and the duels and shocks like all in one pile, and then we'll figure out the rest. This is 17 lands. Certainly gonna play all of those, and then let's figure out we'll figure out our mana later. Our mana is going to be totally fine. Yeah, we're not gonna Displacer Kitten, I don't think. All right, we can certainly cut Regrowth. Retrofitter Foundry also probably is something that I can cut. It doesn't do anything, right? It's just a mana sink. I don't think I need this card. I just have like basically nothing I can do with this card, so I think we can cut that. Take a look at our spells. I kind of like everything else. I think I'm just going to cut Preacher of the Schism. So I actually think Preacher of the Schism might be like slightly better than Glissa, but it's very, very close. But the reason why I'm keeping the Glissa Sunslayer here is because it's a green creature. So that, given that it's like close between two kind of mid-range creatures, and they're both the black cards on the splash, I think I'd rather play the Glissa so that I have a target to natural order to get out one of my top-end threats. I mean, natural ordering, sacrificing a thing, and then getting a Sin, and then getting that creature back seems pretty solid. All right, so taking a look at our mana base now, I did already take liberties here just to figure it out, just so I don't waste too much time. I cut the Sacred Foundry. That is a way to get untapped red off of Flooded Strand and Wooded Foothills, but I only have the one red card, and even with 3 fetch lands and a Jetmir's Garden, that gives me access to 4 red sources, right? Not to mention the fact that I also have Ignoble Hierarch, Sylvan Caryatid, and Lotus Cobra. And so I think, that should be enough for my red. Now, green is the color that I want the most by far. Taking a look here. We have 3 forests and a shifting woodland. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is exactly what I want. Moving on to blue. I got second island because I have Earthbender Ascension and I have a single swamp. So I can fetch 4 green or black mana. And then that gives us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, which is totally fine. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black, right? So 7 black sources, 8 blue sources, 10 green sources with Strip Mine and Library. Our mana is beautiful. This is kind of a janky deck with some powerful combos, but can play to the board as well. I'm excited to try this out. Let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon would be the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a wonderful group of folks also looking to up their limited game. Honestly, this deck could have been so much better. Like if I had a Bird of Paradise, a Sylvan Safekeeper, a Titania, and a Malevolent Rumble. Those are the cards in my mind that are standing out as things that would have been really, really nice. Like somebody took Bristly Build, they didn't even have a Nadu. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, on the play here, we're going to keep this. We have a turn 1 Ignoble Hierarch. We do have this Natural Order as well. That can get us a Sin or Woodfall Primus or whatever we may need. Let's go ahead and crack the Wooded Foothills and get... Do I want Trop? I already have the Black Source. So yeah, let's just get a Trop. Do you think my opponent's going to be able to handle this? Turn 2 Lightning Greaves, equip Ignoble Hierarch, attack for 1. I think they're going to be able to handle it. This is a turn 1 Mox Diamond, discarding a Forest. Look at this, 2 green drafters. What world are we living in? So here's the question though, is it better to play the Greaves or is it better to just keep up Force of Negation? I think I want to just keep up Force of Negation, so I'm just going to pass. Obviously, it's highly suspect, but I literally don't have any other plays this turn. So I think this is fine. You know, it'd be sick if I got Woodfall Primus in play and then Natural Order that. So Steam Vents, Mox Diamond, Arid Mesa, Forest, they're cooking. They're at least Teamer. What are they going to do? Upkeep, kill my Ignoble Hierarch? Colligan's Command, I guess we'll counter that. So that was their big play, huh? Well, this library, not doing much here. But that's fine. I mean, the way that you look at this is, if you can afford to play it, like turn 1, it can just win you the game, right? And if not, well, you can obviously just like play it as a land. All right, so they're like Domain Insanity, and we have Natural Order. So I mean, Natural Order for Sin makes a lot of sense. And they have 3 cards. Let's hope they don't have a counterspell. Alright, Woodfall Primus, I can kill a land. Exile a permanent card, then create a tap token. If the exile card is a land card, repeat this process. So, I mean, I also have a Nadu, but I just feel, I mean, and I do have Nadu Lightning Greaves, but the problem is if they kill the Nadu, then it just doesn't do enough. Whereas Sin has like a really large impact on the board here. So I think I'm going to go for Sin here. Oh, wow, we got Wooded Foothills and the Ignoble Hierarch. Nice. Explore, okay. Ooh, I can Greaves up a Glissa if I want. All right, there you go. That's why you play Natural Order. Look at that. Look at that. Free wins, baby. Free wins. Look, the ideal card is... The number 1 card to have in your deck with Natural Order is either Craterhoof Behemoth if you have a lot of mana creatures, or Atraxa. But I mean, look, we are playing the budget options in both the Sin and look, Sin is actually pretty good in the Sin and the and the Woodfall Primus. Like, obviously, also having a flash in our deck would be amazing, but I don't think that we saw one. All right, on the play here, I will keep this hand. We have all of the colors. We have Lightning Greaves, so we are in the Nadu waiting room. Oh, Green Sun Zenith would have been a nice pickup too. Man, what could have been, right? You know, now that I have a taste of what this deck could be, it's like, I want to try to draft it again, but it has to be open. Gonna sandbag this Strip Mine. If they lead with like a Triome or something, I'll kill it though. Turn 1 Chrome... Man, what? Everybody... Last opponent Mox Diamond. This one's Chrome Mox. They're keeping up double blue. Alright, whatever. Oh, wow. They didn't even have like a flash creature there. That's surprising. Strip mining my opponent when they're the ones with Chrome Mox in place seems like not a good thing to do. So... trying to get my mana flowing here instead. Wow, that was a really good draw. So I drew Misty Rainforest. So this gives me access to a lot more mana. So let's play this. Name black. Play Glissa. And then if they have a counterspell, we can Memory Lapse it back. Although the question is, do I just want to keep up Memory Lapse? I think I just want to keep up Memory Lapse. Let's just attack. Being able to fetch and Memory Lapse seems quite strong here. Galvanic Discharge. We'll let that one resolve because I can't really do anything to... like, they'll just draw it and play it again, right? So. Well, good thing we didn't go for the Lightning Greaves. Because they would have done it in response, and then they would be able to resolve whatever spell that they're going to try to resolve this turn. This is interesting, though, because, like, I want to be able to get the mana from the Misty Rainforest, but at the same time, I want to be able to get, like, a Surveil land. I'm just going to wait. Let's kill Blaze My Verge. Let's play Sylvan Caryatid. Attack. Alright, I mean, we're kind of out of action, so... certainly need to find something with this Misty Rainforest. At some point. It might be next turn, honestly. Alright, so Lotus Cobra now has Shroud. We have Memory Lapse up, and now I can safely sacrifice the Misty Rainforest here for a Surveil land. Because I have all the colors I need for a Renin 6 as well. Don't want Flooded Strand. And we are at 2 on the Shifting Woodland. Oh man, we are... Floodsville, USA. Floodsville, USA. What the hell does my opponent have? You know what I mean? Do they just have like a 6-drop? Do they have a Mana Leak? Should I play around Mana Leak? Sure, I mean, they're not doing anything, so let's do it. Mana Drain. Interesting. 3 cards in hand. So do I Memory Lapse the Mana Drain? Sure. And then if they have another counter, then I'm, like, totally screwed. Not totally screwed. They'll just Mana Drain the Seeker's Chariot. Okay, this has crew 4. I mean, they probably have a removal spell, but doesn't mean I shouldn't try for this, you know? Ghostfire Slice. Okay, that's a pretty mediocre card. Let's attack. Alright. So their hand, I guess, is just all removal. Time Spiral? Okay. So they don't get the mana drain, and I get I get 7 cards here. Alright. I mean, I have more mana and a better board here, but they're the first person to use their 7 cards, I guess. If they brain freeze me out, that'll obviously be bad. And I did find Natural Order here. Evora. Oh, by the way, that's a Pillage the Bog for like a gazillion. And that is a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay. Alright, what do I want to do? Let's play this. I don't know, get green. Let's play Pillage the Bog for 14. Okay, so now this is really important what I get here. Actually did not get the Nadu. There's Memory Lapse, which can be really interesting because that'll help me just resolve whatever I need. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go for Memory Lapse. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. And now I want to, like, try my best to, like, bait some counters here for the most part because they have a full grip. Let's go with Glissa. Give it haste. Or Enshroud, rather. Okay, let's attack. I mean, they're very, very low life. What do I want to do now? Do I have a land to get with this? I think I do. Yeah, let's get Trop. Let's produce red mana. Let's play red in 6. Use that to get back the Flooded Strand, if I need. If they counter this, that's fine. That was the whole point, you know? And then I'm just going to pass here. I can play the Ignoble Hierarch, but being able to keep up Cycle on the Jetmir's Garden and also play Memory Lapse seems pretty good. So they got 4 cards in hand with two extra mana. Consider, we'll let that resolve. Again, Brain Freeze is certainly a card that we lose to or whatever, but... And it does feel like that's what they're playing to. Wow. Demonic Tutor. The problem is if they Demonic Tutor for Brain Freeze, we're just like in a lot of trouble. But if they get like a Breach, are we okay? I don't know. Because they let off with the Consider. Alright, fine. We'll let them DT. I mean, they could not be a Storm deck, right? And they're just finding the piece that they need for the combo. And then we'll just try to counter what they get. This is only really bad if they get a Storm spell specifically. Oh, it looks like they just got like a card draw spell or something. Like a Treasure Cruise maybe? Okay. I mean, Treasure Cruise seems like a really good card to Memory Lapse, although... Let's see, three cards. Whatever. I don't want to add to the Storm count if I don't have to. Like, they're just dead on board next turn. So I'm just being very, very selective with my counterspell. Alright. I don't know what they were up to, but they couldn't get everything together, and we won that game. Alright. Interesting game, though. Very, very interesting game. Alright, 2-0 with our little concoction. All right, on the play here, I have all my colors, Lotus Cobra, Caryatid. I'm certainly going to keep this. Could use another mana source. Like a fetch land would be awesome to go with, obviously, this Lotus Cobra. Going to lead with a tapped Watery Grave here. Probably going to go turn 2 Caryatid. It's obviously the far safer thing to run out. Lotus Cobra has more upside if I do top deck a fetch land, though. But this also just won't die. And even if I do draw fetch land, like, being able to go Caryatid into Cobra fetch land is still, like, lots of mana, so... Alright, our opponent land cycling Generous Ent here. If I don't hit a land, I'm probably just going to pillage the bog for a land. If I do hit a land, I can go like Lotus Cobra into Sentinel. Alright, so we'll pillage the bog here. And let's see, Undercity Sewers, Flooded Strand. Oh, a lot of good options. I mean, I certainly want to just play the Lotus Cobra this turn. So I think I just want to get an untapped land. In which case, do I want a Flooded Strand or Overgrown Tomb? Flooded Strand would get me an island. I'm just going to get Overgrown Tomb. Play Lotus Cobra. Alright, well, we have Natural Order as an option next turn. We can go get a Sin, which can then get us our creature back. Oh! Yeah. Okay, I should have gotten a Flooded Strand. I should have gotten Flooded Strand. That was the reason to get Flooded Strand, because of Sin. Because of Sin. And that can actually end up costing me here. Yikes. Alright, so I have access to 6 mana here. I can Terra Sunder the Springheart Nantuko. Let's go green. Sacrifice the Lotus Cobra. Yeah, I should have gone Flooded Strand. I'm so sad about that. Oh, I should have attacked with Lotus Cobra first. Man, I'm making a lot of little mistakes. So the question really is whether or not I want to just get a Woodfall Primus here, or if I want to get a Sin. There's also Nadu, but I don't think I'm getting that this time. Just kill their land, maybe? Yeah, you know what? Let's just get Woodfall Primus and kill Copperline Gorge. And then kill this. Yeah, let's do that. It makes me feel less bad about the Flooded Strand play. Just keeping them off of mana seems quite nice, although they just hit Ice Hill Explorer, so I'm on Life Tilt. With Strip Mine, I'm on super duper Life Tilt. Now I wish I had the Terra Sunder. Alright, well, they drafted a sweet, sweet deck, and I think they're going to beat me. Yeah, this is an absolute beating. Nadu and a Misty Rainforest. I'll keep both, I guess. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this. I mean, I'm gonna play it out just because I have the Legend of Kuruk here. So if I go like Nadu into Greaves or something. Alright, this is a sweet deck though. If I killed the ice, like, I don't know. I mean, I think no matter what, I would have been in trouble this game. But certainly not being able to kill the Ice Tail Explorer. Actually, I'm just dead. Okay. Alright, I think I'm literally just dead this turn. Okay, good beats. I think my opponent drafts that deck more than I do. I'm going to just go out on a limb there. Alright, 2-1. Let's keep going. Our hand was totally fine, but Ice Tail Explorer is really good. I'm getting inspiration from what my opponent did, okay? All right, opponent on the play, we have a library. Now, this is a slow-ish hand, but I'm hoping the library gets us out of it, and I'm hoping that my opponent also doesn't have an equally fast hand. Right? Just an island. We go library. This is where having like mana dorks is really, really nice. Thunder Trap Trainer, okay. To get the One Ring, that's very nice. Oh, Sylvan Caryatid, and yeah, I'm certainly going to play that here. Overdrawing a card. Get the ramp shenanigans going. Pyrite Spellbomb. Are they cycling? Oh, wow. Okay. Do I want to just go for the natural order here? Come on now. That's just insulting. You know what I mean? I am insulted, Lisa. Let's play Shifting Woodland, as I have a forest. Let's draw a card. Let's play Grist. Let's make a 1/1. Pass. So that is one of our natural order targets. We milled a Glissa Sunslayer. We'll let this take 1 damage or whatever. Or I guess I can chump with the token. But I like having the token to be able to natural order, but yeah. They also have a One Ring that they can get into play pretty soon. Next turn, certainly interested in using a fetch land here. Yeah, you can take 1. That's fine. Plains, probably slamming the One Ring. Okay. Sure. So they have their card advantage engine and we have ours. So do I want to get blue-black? Yeah, let's get blue-black. And before I accidentally mill it, I think I should just play natural order here. Oh no, I'll attack first. Oh, I have Greaves. Is it better to do that? I don't like Nadu always seems nice, but I always feel like I want to get Sin instead. It just puts me so far ahead on board. I'm gonna get Sin again. Alright, we got a land and we got the Glissa Sunslayer, which is great. Let's make another token. That's another land. And we can play Noble Hierarch. Noting that, I know I have this library, but I can next turn draw off of the stock up. I can draw off of the stock up and then activate the library still. Or I can just cast Woodfall Primus. So lots of good options, and we have a giant monstrous board. Wait, why did I attack? They have a One Ring in play. I forgot. Yeah, look, the cube is complicated, man. There's like too many things to keep track of. You know what I mean? It's just too many. As long as you like advance your game plan, play the big things in your hand, play around things, you know, sometimes you will miss things. I miss things all the time, obviously. I will keep Sin. Balance is obviously very good. And they pathed my Sin. Okay. That was very, very good. Green, black. I'm gonna get green. Because I have the Nissa. But that was a really, really, really good balance. Skull Clamp. Okay. But that being said, I mean, we're not even that far behind, so we'll be okay. All right, I think because we're looking to play a longer game here, I'm going to stock up. and refill my hand. So let's go Force of Negation for sure. And do I want Sentinel or Lotus Cobra? I think I just want Lotus Cobra. Let's draw a card. This does not give me a green source, sadly. So I think I'm going to have to go Misty Rainforest, crack this, get a forest, play Lotus Cobra, make a token, and keep up Memory Lapse. Three, four, five, six. I do have to be mindful of like how many Grist activations I have. I mean, this is the power of the One Ring, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm drawing a bunch of cards, but so are they. And I don't really have a good way to get rid of it either. One sec. All right, we'll let the probe resolve. So now our opponent has perfect information with regards to the contents of our hand. Honestly, they have so many cards. I think I'm just going to block the Thunder Trap Trainer. Although a deck with Skull Clamp and Balance is a little bit sketchy. Like, they're going to have more cards than they know what to do with. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, they just have way too many cards. Yep. Sage. I mean, I do like just casting Woodfall Primus. And then I can sack the Woodfall Primus to Grist, so that's really good too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have access to 9 mana next turn. Yeah, and I'm like fully off of the library stuff at this point, probably. Actually, maybe I can... Look at this. I mean, they had to pitch 2 cards per turn. You know what I mean? Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have the Grist. I mean, they're representing a counterspell here. All right, let's just draw. Okay, that's an untapped land. Let's play Legend of Kuruk. Nadu and Springheart Nantuko. Well, I'm certainly going to keep both of those. But honestly, I'm like I'm like running low on cards here, so it's not even that great, to be honest. Actually, do I want the Springheart Nantuko? It's like, how relevant is it? Do I just go for this, or do I keep up Memory Lapse? I don't think Grist is going to be in this world for much longer. Let's just kill one of these Sage tokens. And then basically, like, they're going to target this, and I'm going to draw a card. But I want to keep up Memory Lapse and Force of Negation. We're going to be looking at plenty of cards. Brazen Borrower, okay. Pillage the Bog, and... I don't want to discard for my turn. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, all of this was made possible by the One Ring, right? It's just like, everything else was just like, you know, your typical control deck, but the One Ring, it's like, we've had to draw cards off all kinds of different ways, but this card has single-handedly let them keep up. It's a Vivi. Okay. They're splashing red for the... What is this deck? I mean, it's got a bunch of, like, decent cards in it. I'm just trying to figure out what their, like, ultimate game plan is. Like, VV certainly doesn't seem strong enough to splash. Oh, I guess they are Jeskai. They have a Pyrite Spellbomb in here. So if their mana's good enough, I guess that's fine. Okay. Skull Clamp. Urza. Okay. So the question is, can we turn this around? Can we turn this around with like the Nadu Greaves combo? I don't even know if I have any basics for the Earthbender Ascension. Okay, Undercity Sewers. We're at 9. I have Terra Sunder for the One Ring, but I don't know if the One Ring even matters anymore. Alright, let's just... I think I'm so behind here. I'm on the Lightning Greaves plan. Oh, do they have like a Solitude? Okay. 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 Well, that didn't do nearly enough. We'll keep the Springheart Nantuko. Put a counter on here. We'll move this over. And we will pass. Actually, should I attack? Yeah, I'll attack. Oh, I just realized. I kind of messed that up. I just realized. I should have attacked with Sentinel and not Nadu. Yeah. It's my bad. I mean, I guess we got to eat a Brazen Borrower. Wait, how did they play that Brazen Borrower? Oh, off the Urza? Sure. Yeah, because this one has Vigilance. I have 5 cards left. Jeez. Don't think I need Pillage the Bog. Okay, well, if they... Look, they're going to go for the kill here, right? If they can't kill me this turn, there's a really good shot I can kill them next turn. Like, One Ring is going to deal like 5 damage to them. I have Springheart Nantuko with a land in my hand. And I can make like a bunch of Sentinels. Although I guess they won't all have haste, never mind. Displacer Kitten, okay. Oh, they can flicker their One Ring. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And they have infinite mana, so I'm not going to do that. Now remember, the One Ring doesn't give them protection, so... I mean, realistically, I don't think I can win this game. I have 5 cards left, but we'll see what they do. Yeah, I mean, that was a really good balance. Like, it all kind of goes back to that, right? I thought I was in pretty decent shape, and then I just got balance out of the tournament. Like, I did my thing, and their thing was better. Okay. It's like a 4-color artifact control deck of some kind. Pending on Greaves. Alright, yeah, we're mega dead. Because now they can bounce my Sentinel. Alright! Sweet deck! One ring in balance. GG's. Let's see if we can rattle off some wins after this, because that was very brutal. Whew. Started out strong, 2-0. Our opponents are doing better and stronger things than us. This is not cool. Not cool at all. Our opponent on the play, I'm going to keep this. It's a little bit of a slow hand, so I think because of that, I'm going to lead with Misty Rainforest here and try to surveil into something good. Actually, alternatively, it might be correct to get the red land, because I can draw Ren in 6. No, I need to surveil. I literally have nothing I can play next turn. Tear Asunder. I mean, it's an interactive spell, but is it going to be too slow? I really think I'm digging for like a 2-mana play. Alright, well, we couldn't find one. At least they didn't have a 2-drop. That helps out a lot. Does this make a green creature? It does not. Okay, that's not great. So we have Stock Up and Earthbender Ascension. Let's go ahead and go with Earthbender Ascension. Let's target this. We have like all the colors, so it doesn't really matter. 3 blue, 3 green. I don't know. I guess I should have gotten Forest. Again, it doesn't matter that much. This is a very slow Boros hands, and we were on the draw, so this is the only thing that's like giving me some hope, you know what I mean? Alright, they're discarding a card to the Inti, pumping up the Kythian. They hit a Lightning Helix that they cannot cast. I drew Sentinel of the Nameless City. I can Jace bounce the Kythian, but then the Jace will die. Alternatively, I can just go like Sentinel of the Nameless City. That might be better. No, I wanted the counter, actually. Alright, well, let's keep these back on defense, and hopefully like a natural order can get it done here. But of course, if they kill the Sentinel, then I'm in big trouble. They hit Mana Tithe off of Nia. Kythian is attacking. They're pitching? Okay. They hit Mother of Runes, wow. So I can block with Sentinel. But then the Kythian will live. If I block with this, I can't cast Natural Order. And then do I have like another follow-up here? I think I just block here. I know it tramples. But I get another Earthbender Ascension trigger. I get to get rid of all the lands. Honestly, this still might be too much for me to handle. Mother Runes. Shifting Woodland. Huh. Alright. I mean, I assume they're not going to block. Again, another place where Atraxa would be great. Don't want Lotus Cobra. We got a 9/9. I mean, if they get this out of the way, I'm just dead. So, they also have Abandoned Air Temple. Is there a world where I can, like, kill them? Probably not. Elspeth Stormslayer. Yeah, we're dead. Sin down. Alright, well, you know, look, not all of them can be hits. Whenever I draft green decks, bad things happen. I don't draft them well. I also might not play them particularly well. You know, part of it is just like, I think I do better when I play a deck with a lot of interaction. I think most decks do. And that is kind of the issue with this type of deck. Like, you need all the mana dorks too to really kind of turbocharge your starts. And when you don't have them, your deck is simply far too slow and just a little too mediocre. So I think, I don't know when the correct time to like jump ship here was. Like, certainly, like, our collection of cards looks fine. But I think in order to have success with these green decks, you really, really need like 3 mana dorks that cost turn 1, and you just need to be able to curve out. And look, our curve is fine, right? Our curve was fine, but you know, this natural order, it did win us some games, but against that Boros deck, like, these were just not the most exciting thing. Like, sacrificing a 2-drop to get a Woodfall Primus is fine, but not like the end all be all. So I think it was still okay to probably play, but I wish maybe I had like another good thing to get. There was a Vaultborn Tyrant, I guess. But even then, like, that just seems all right. But yeah, I think the Nadu package with Mana Dorks is like a real thing. But I feel like I might want to keep my curve even lower. And, you know, perhaps like maybe blue-green is not where you want to be. Maybe it's more like you play a base green deck with play a bunch of interaction in like Golgari, for example, or whatever. And then like splash the Nadu. I just think blue-green, you know, your opponents just like play some things that you can't handle and then you just lose. And that was certainly the case here for us. I mean, we even took the Terra Sunder, but we were just severely lacking interaction here. And that was kind of our downfall, right? That was definitely our downfall. Like, maybe I'm supposed to play this Touch the Spirit Realm. It's not like my mana didn't allow me to play it, right? So I didn't even consider this card, but like, I don't know. Like, maybe I play Sacred Foundry, play Touch the Spirit Realm, and play that over something like a Glissa Sunslayer, right? There are little things I could have done. But at the end of the day, you know, we've been having decent success leading up to Mythic, and we've been kind of goofing around the last 2 drafts. I will get back to putting together some good stuff here, just so, you know, I can at least qualify for qualifier weekend. And, you know, not have to grind my way in with a rank 1,000 or whatever. But you know what? Look, not every draft can go well. At least we got some good matches out of this. And hopefully we can turn things around in tomorrow's draft. I tried, Nadu. I tried. I know you're powerful. I just don't understand you. I just don't. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy booster boxes of Magic the Gathering product, including Strixhaven, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.